Hi, this is Sherry with Formilae team, and in this tutorial we're going to walk you through adding a live chat widget to your website. And we're going to use the demo Magic Touch website, a massage therapy website. The chat window where you usually see it will go to the lower right, and users will be able to enter their message into the chat window, and the message will be relayed to your phone number that you have set up. It will be texted to you, and you'll be able to text the user back, and a real conversation will take place. So there's a little bit of setup that needs to occur, and we'll walk you through that. Okay, so we are in the Magic Touch Administration dashboard, and what you will do is navigate to Chat Widget Manager and click Add Chat Widget. Now, I took you here because this is probably going to be the first thing that you do. But before you get here, there's a little bit of setup. So you're going to select widget type. And then, of course, we have two different types of chat widgets. We also have AI chat widget. And if you're interested in setting up an AI chatbot, see our other tutorial regarding that. But for this tutorial, we're going to select live representative. Now, here is where probably going to come to this page and forget that there's a little bit of stuff you have to do first. So we conveniently added this pop-up to guide you through that. So what needs to happen is you need to open up a Twilio account and purchase a SMS phone number, which I believe at the moment is $1.15. So you just purchase a phone number, and then what happens is that phone number will sort of be a forwarding mechanism to where it will relay the actual message to your phone. So when you receive the message from the user from your website, a phone number is needed. So this phone number that you see, the from phone number on your phone that you see, will always be this same phone number. And you're going to have to purchase that number. At Twilio, again, it's only $1.15. And then once you do that, your account they'll assign you a SID and an auth token. And what we'll need you to do is go to account setup and enter those values there. There's a couple of more things you need from Twilio, and we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm going to pause it and enter my Twilio auth token, and we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. So I've set up my account SID and my auth token, and also I'm going to add my phone number here that I purchased from Twilio, which is 863-777-5371. And so this is the number that you're going to see on your phone when you get alerts. So you can actually save the contact in your phone to something like My Live Chat, and then anytime you're receiving a message from your website, you will get it from that number, and you'll immediately know, oh, someone's trying to talk to me. All right, so we're going to click Save. And then we're going to navigate back to the chat widget manager, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back, and we're going to select live chat representative again. And then we're going to just name our widget something like Magic Touch Live Chat Homepage. Okay, and then we'll adjust the margins later because you're probably going to need to do that if you have something like this on your website, because by default it may overlap, which doesn't look good. Okay, so we'll do that later if needed. Okay, and so let's select a color. I think I'll select black for this to match the color theme. Okay, and then by default it's going to be active. Now whatever website that you're going to place this chat widget on, for security you need to enter URL. Now if your domain name doesn't change for different situations, you can do that one time in the account section here. But if there's a certain situation where maybe you're placing the widget on your blog or something, you can enter that URL here, and it'll respect that URL. So we're going to leave this blank because we already set up our website in the account page. Okay, next is the failure message. It's just a message that is displayed in the chat window if something goes wrong in a technical way. You're free to change it, but by default, we have something in here for you. And then here's another thing that you need from your Twilio account. So within your Twilio account, you're going to need to set up a conversation service. And once you do that, you'll get a unique identifier for that service, which is the SID. And I'm going to pause it and enter that, and I'll explain when I get back what this means. Okay, so we have our conversation service SID, and what that means is it allows for different conversations to occur across multiple forwarding SMS numbers. So you can have one person who will be receiving these messages, or later we'll get into how you can have multiple agents assigned to the one chat window. And what it'll do is uh, when a user initiates a message, it'll search for at random an available agent. Once it finds one that is available, it'll relay that message. So this conversation service allows it to organize the messages. So, things won't get messed up or mixed up. So if you have one person talking to one of your agents on their computer, and then you have another person talking to an agent on their other computer, the conversation service helps it to be organized, so it knows whose phone number to forward the message to. Uh, in your user lead manager is where you manage your agents and their forwarding phone number. So we're going to go there, and I'm going to pause it and bring back only the admins. Okay, so I filtered out only the admins and the user lead manager. So what we're going to do is assign this person and this person as an agent on the same window, but you can't assign them in the window unless they have a cell phone number set up. So be sure that this number, their real cell phone number, is indicated in the user lead manager form. So I'm going to go back and then make sure this one is set up. Okay, so great. So just as long as their numbers are here, it won't, and we'll get to that later, it won't let you assign an agent to the window unless they have a phone number set up. And also, while we're here, we'll scroll down to here to where you can enter the hours that you're available for live chat. So if you don't want someone texting you in the middle of the night while you're sleeping, you want to come in here and set maybe Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or whatever your hours you prefer. If you want to work Saturdays or Sundays, you can do that. And keep in mind that if you leave it blank, all blank, it'll assume that you're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So if you want to set your hours, come here and set your hours here. And also there's a customer setting. If you visit the customer setting page, if you turn it on, by default it's turned off. But if you turn it on, you can manage times where you're blocking things off. So if you're on vacation Wednesday, but you normally do chat with people on Wednesdays, you can temporarily add block times here. So originally this was set up for if you have a booking calendar to where you can block off time so people won't be able to book appointments with you. So if you turn this customer setting on, the same time frames will be used for live chat as well. Okay, so back to the chat widget form where we're still setting that up. And this is just a preview, so you can't preview, you can't actually test it here. This is just a preview so you know the look and feel. Here, if the user has an avatar they want to set up, they would need to go back to their user manager and set up their avatar here, and it will respect that. If they don't have an avatar set up, the default image will be displayed here, and we'll get to these other fields and things later. Okay, so here we have Twilio Live Chat SMS number. Now, this is not required if you already have this number set up, which we already did in the account section. Now, there are cases where you may want to have multiple chat windows, and as of now, you can only have one conversation at a time. So if someone is texting an agent in there, the system is going to detect that you are in a conversation, and it's not going to allow another person to text you at the same time. So there may be cases where you maybe want another purchase, maybe another phone number, and you and if you can handle it, you can multitask, you can have maybe two or three conversations going at the same time. So it's all up to you what you want to do. Since it's cheap, you can purchase like five numbers for $5 and have five conversations going if you're that busy. And so that's the purpose of that. But if you only want to have one conversation at a time, you can skip this just as long as you enter the phone number in the account section. Next is chat window title label. So what this is, by default, it'll say live help. So that's what this is here. But if you want to change it to something else, you would enter that text here. If you want to leave the default, you can just leave it blank. It'll just automatically uh, indicate live help when they open the window. Next is agent busy message. So this is the message that'll be received by here in the window. It'll be a system message. All system messages will be gray, like this one. So if the system detects that you're already in a conversation with somebody else, or that you're not active because you placed hours in there and it's after hours, this is the message that will display to the users, and they won't be able to go further. They won't be able to enter a message. It will ask them to enter their contact details, and we'll get into that later. By default, you can leave it blank, and you can use our message, which says all agents are currently assisting other users or may be temporarily offline. We appreciate your patience, and we'll do our best to assist you as soon as possible. Closed button label. So after the button closes, and actually this label as well, so it's the same label. Message us is the default, so you can change it to something like live help or live agent, uh, which is useful. So, but again, if you leave it blank, the default will be message us. Okay, next is where you're going to set up your chat widget employee list. So what this list is going to bring back is a list of all administrators in the account, and you will be able to select an administrator that you want to assign to this specific chat window, and no other values will show in this window unless they have a cell phone set up. So if you're looking for somebody here that is an administrator and you don't see them, it's because in the user lead manager there's no cell phone set up for them. Okay, so I'm going to pause it and set up my agents. Okay, so I just added Sherry Mugo, and you can change the title. By default, it's going to be chat agent. So just be sure and use the checkbox to select the agent first, because you won't be able to fill out the title until you do so. Okay, so I've selected all my agents, and now we can save. Alright, so since we saved and continue, we're back on the page, and we can just verify that our setup was complete. Here are two chat agents, and now we can test our chat widget. So let's go back to the main page where it lists all of your chat widgets set up. If you click the live preview, and now we can preview it a little bit. So when you click here, message us, on this page you will be able to test out your chatbot. Okay, so as you can see, it randomly looked for Janet Fletcher. Now I'm currently mirroring my iPhone, so it chose Janice Fletcher, but I wanted to choose me because since there's two agents set up, it randomly chose Janice Fletcher. So I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to refresh the page until I get me. So be right back. Okay, we're back. So I finally got it to randomly choose me, and I don't have an avatar set up, as you can see, so that's why we're getting the default. We have chat agent here, and as you can see, it opens up with a courtesy message for the user. It says, "Hi, I'm Sherry," which gives the first name of the agent that it chose. "I'm here to help. Just enter your first question below and get back to you shortly." So this is the automated opening message, and then initially ask for their contact details just in case the session is lost for whatever reason. They may mistakenly close the window or something like that. They're encouraged to give their contact details, and if they close the window, they can reopen it whenever they want. So we're going to enter our first message. All right, so I'm going to open my phone, and here we can see that it was received. So this is what it's going to look like. Incoming message for Magic Touch Live Chat. That's the name that you gave it. And here's your message. And it's going to say reply busy to pass to next available agent. Reply hold to place the user on hold. So you have the option to say, hey there, let me put you on hold right quick. You might be, in the kitchen or something, and you're not ready to talk to them just yet, depending on your hours. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in hold, and then the message will be relayed back to the user in real time. Let's wait for that message to come here. So since you enter the hold command, user will get the message the agent has placed you on hold and return to assist you shortly. Thank you for your patience. So you can choose to actually say something to them before you uh, enter the hold command, so they'll, as a courtesy. But this is just to give you an overview of the different commands that are available. Now, say so I won't go into a real conversation, but there can be back and forth. So when you talk to them, your message will be relayed here. When they talk back to you, the message will be relayed to your phone. Now, for some reason, you don't want to put them on hold, but you want to say that you're busy. So let's do that. Let's put in busy. And again, you can text them first and say, hey, how are you? And then let me get back with you. Can you enter your contact details? And then you can enter busy. So as you can see in their window, they got a message that says the agent has indicated that they are currently unavailable. Click the below button to connect with the next agent, or click the button option to enter your contact details and the agent will get back with you. So they won't get the option to uh, work with the next available agent unless you have multiple agents set up. So if it finds that you only have one agent, it won't say this, it'll say something else, and you'll only have the option to say contact me later or just end the session. So we'll put contact me later and say they're gracious enough to give their details. We'll say something like Angel King, and then we'll just put a fake number in there. And then as you can see for the user, it says thanks for providing your details. The agent will get back with you soon using the contact details provided. And then it tells them the chat session has ended. If you wish to start a new chat session, close the chat window and restart it. So here, as you can see, the agent immediately got a message, system message contact details, and it gave them the information that they gave and that the session has ended. So you'll notice that there's an urgency to either keep the conversation going or end the session, because you don't want your live chat to be tied up depending on how many visitors you're getting throughout the day. You just don't want you don't want to be tied up. But if you have the resources to put multiple agents in the live chat, then there is that option. You can have as many conversations on one conversation SID, which is what we set up here. You can have as many different agents set up, and you can have as many different conversations as needed. And also, each time a text is sent or received, since you have a Twilio account, you're charged a very small fee, which is a 0.0079 per text, I believe. So it doesn't add up to a lot if you're, not a very, very, very busy or corporate company. For a small business, it won't really add up to a lot. All right, so let's go back to that preview. and the conversation did end. So if I were to open it up again, um, it's going to connect to, yeah. So as you can see, uh, you're not busy anymore because the session did end. It's going to first check to see if there are any open conversations. Since there wasn't, and we did end the session successfully, uh, it did connect the person to you. So there's different commands that you can use once you're in the actual conversation. You can do like we learned before, busy, hold, and then there's also in chat. So if you're talking to the person and you say, goodbye, have a great day, make sure you enter in chat into the text so you won't have a conversation hanging out there. But just know that if it detects that um, nobody has said anything in 5 minutes, which is set up in the chat widget. So that's this number. So if you haven't said anything in 5 minutes, it's just going to automatically close the session. But it will give you a system message that there was a timeout and you'll just have to, get back with the person if they enter their contact details. So it's up to you to, like, if someone's talking to you in the window and they haven't entered their contact details already, you just want to encourage them to, hey, can you click on that icon and enter your contact details in case we disconnected. So if they didn't bother to do that, you can encourage them, text them and say, hey, I noticed you didn't, click on the, enter your contact details. But if you want to now, you can click on the message icon and it will be relayed to your phone. And also our AI chat widgets do have chat transcripts, and so does this type. So after 30 minutes after the session ends, you will receive a session transcript through your email, and you can also access the transcripts here, chat widget transcripts. Okay, so once you're done setting up your chat widget, you will be able to grab the code. So you click get code and then copy it to the clipboard, and then you can go into your code and paste that code here, and then I'm going to pause it and install it into the Magic Touch demo website, and we'll be right back. Alright, so here you can see I pasted the code snippet into the body. Doesn't matter where it goes, you can place it anywhere in the body, and make sure it's not in some other code as well. So you just want, the safest place I would say is right below the body tag. Okay, so I'm going to pause it and publish this, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're in the Magic Touch website, and what we're going to do is refresh the page. And now you can see the chat widget appears at the bottom. And notice that there is an arrow here, and it's overlapping. It doesn't look good. So what we're going to do is update the margins on this. So I'm going to pause it and be right back. Alright, and we're back, and looks like we've come up with something good, and it looks okay now. Alright, so it looks like we're all set up and we got the margins correct, and when we open up the chat window, it's going to say connecting, and it, as you can see, it randomly connected us to Janice Fletcher, chat agent. So that will end this tutorial, and we'll see you in the next one. If you're interested in getting a live chat window set up in your website, visit Formilae.com.